self-improvement turns you into a weirdo. And trust me, I'm not talking against self-improvement. What I'm trying to say is that in the eyes of the normal person, the average man, improving yourself and trying to change things about your life will make you look like a weirdo in their eyes, right? Other people will look at you like, oh, what the hell are you doing? Like, why is he trying to quit his job? Like, just go to work, right? Why is he going to the gym so often? Like, you don't need to. Or, why is he stopping playing video games? Like, video games are good for you. Like, that's what the average person will say about you when you go on self-improvement, right? They'll be like, oh, why do you want to leave? Like, come on, just have some fun. You're only 15. Like, you don't need to delete Instagram. It's not that bad for you. Stuff like this. This is what normal people will think. This is what average people think of you when you try not to become average, right? When you try and become the outlier, everyone will think, like, why is he doing that? Like, you don't need to do that. They'll try and talk you out of it, even though these people probably don't know what they're doing, right? These average people, they would probably be happy to improve themselves. They would probably be happy if they had a nice physique, if they could just talk to a random person really nicely, right? They could approach a random person on the street and just have a nice conversation with them. They would obviously be happy to do that. They would be happy to improve themselves. But they would think doing something different is weird, right? If you do normal things, right? Things that regular people do, you will become an average person. And I pray to God that you don't want to become an average person, right? Average, yeah, that's the goal of self-improvement, to be better than everyone else. No matter how much you want to argue, the goal of self-improvement is to be better than everyone else. And you can only do that by doing something different. One of my favorite quotes is, if you keep doing what you're doing, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. So if you play video games all day, if you go on Instagram all day, if you eat junk food all day and you don't go to the gym and you don't study, you don't do anything productive, you're going to keep getting what you're getting. Your life is going to be the same. You're going to be average. But let's say you change it a little bit. You only go on Instagram for an hour a day, right? You stop playing video games, you start eating a little bit more healthy, and you maybe go to the gym 3 times a week. That small change, that doesn't seem too bad, right? You take your 1 hour of Instagram is still quite a bit of Instagram, right? Maybe your whole diet is trash other than the first meal of the day. Your breakfast is healthy and then the rest of your day is still junk food. And you just don't play video games anymore and go to the gym 3 times a week. Your life will change completely if you do that. And people will think you're a little bit weird. They're like, why you want to reduce your Instagram usage? Like, Instagram is good. You're socializing with people. Or why do you want to quit video games? Video games are fun, man. Video games are good for you. And it's like, you would think someone is weird for doing something different to you. It's not their fault. You can't blame these people for thinking you're weird. Because it's natural to think someone who's doing something that is abnormal, to think of them as weird or think of them as, different. Because let's think of it like a tribal, caveman type of way. If everyone does the same thing, right? All of the men in the tribe are going for a hunt. But this guy is staying back. He's wandered off, he's gone to the lake or whatever, Everyone's going to hunt the boar to catch the dinner. And this one dude is he's gone off on his own path and he's going to do something. Everyone will think what is that guy doing? Why is he doing that? They might try and talk him out of doing that because most likely he's going to get himself killed, right? He's just wandering off into the forest on his own while everyone else has gone to hunt a boar or go get dinner. It's if you, in this tribal thing, because humans are tribal creatures. This is how we think. Not at the front of our mind, but instinctually, this is how we think. It's if the guy wanders off from the tribe, if he goes on his own to do his own thing, to do something different, he's gonna die, or he's gonna at least not be a part of the tribe anymore. So people will try and talk you out of it. People will tell you to not do these things, and I urge you not to get mad at them. Don't burst out at them. There's nothing good comes from getting angry or with arguing with someone. If someone tries to convince you against self-improvement, obviously they don't know what they're talking about. So you have to teach them. You should take it on as your responsibility to teach them why it works, teach it how it works, and teach them why they should do it with you. Rather than you staying average and doing what they're doing, you should teach them to do what you're doing. And yeah, I kind of went a little bit off topic, but yeah, when you do something that is not what everyone else is doing, people will view you as a weirdo. And this is a good thing. You don't want to be like everyone else. You don't want to be that average guy who's working his 9-to-5 job, who comes home at 6 o'clock, who plays video games until like 10, and then has to wake up sleep deprived at 6 o'clock the next morning just to go repeat it all again, right? Sorry. You want to be the guy who can wake up whenever he wants, who works really hard, and then he goes to the gym, and he's absolutely ripped, and he can have a conversation with whoever he wants to, and it's just he is the guy that everyone wants to be around, right? You don't become this exceptional outlier man without doing things that are different. Because you're not going to get there doing the same things that everyone else is doing. Because if the things everyone else was doing would get you there, everyone would already be there. So, yeah. People will see you as a weirdo. People will think they will question what you're doing. They might even try and convince you against it. But, stay on it because you know this stuff will work. I speak with so much conviction even though I haven't really reaped the rewards of self-improvement yet. Obviously my life has gotten better, but it hasn't changed drastically. But I trust the process. I understand that I have to work at it hard for quite a long time, and I'll get there eventually. So hopefully you're watching this video once I'm a big famous YouTuber, once I have 1 million subscribers, and you see that I was visualizing that moment, right? Right now I can imagine myself millions of subscribers, working as much as I want to, having a conversation with a random person, just being everything that I am working towards today. I will be there in a few years, and you will see that on this YouTube channel. So, stick around.